what is going on? Today we're going to be going over a community reaction to the brand new characters that is going to be the Robin SP and the Aventurine SP. Characters I'm talking about obviously are Aventurine Wave Flare and the release of Robin Summertime coming out in 4.5. And I think community wise a little divided, whether people are really excited for them, whether they're not, so on and so forth, mainly because of the fact that they think these probably could have been skins, right? And I'm not even gonna like justify one way or the other. I'm gonna leave it entirely up to you, so you let me know down below what you think, whether yeah these are fine SPs or no they're not good enough, and that they should have been skins. And before I really go into the actual community reaction, personally my opinion, quite frankly lately with characters, because obviously we have these two characters and then we have the upcoming release of, where are you, I don't see it. Anyways, Himiko Nova, and then obviously with Silver Wolf level 9. So a lot of recycling of characters, and granted, you know, they are completely different in terms of play style and kit wise from their base counterparts, at least with Himiko Nova and Silver Wolf level 9s. At the time of this recording, I don't know what the kits are, whether they have been released or not. I'm not even home right now, so I can't really see it when this video goes live. But you know, it's, I'm not saying it's justified. I'm saying I kind of understand where people are coming from one way or the other. This person right here made a long post, TLDR, like they're not really happy. We can see right here, like it gives off "we need money" and sex sells, which I think is kind of a little redundant based off the world that they are going to be in, which is just like a beach resort kind of thing. Anyways, community reaction. A lot of people commenting on this person's post saying, all right, you're going a little too far. And then you also have other half of people saying that they would actually rather have newer units. I think it was like the first one here. I guess I can see where you're coming from, but I much prefer this over skins, since I basically never spend money on anything that isn't new units, since skins don't give any power slash benefit. True, but now I'll actually consider pulling them depending on the kit. And honestly, I think this comment encapsulates, words are hard, everything. I'm in the same boat right now. My main plan, as I've stated before, is to get Himiko Nova E0S1, and following that I'm not 100% sure. Will I probably pull the new characters? Being a content creator, probably, but I don't know if I really genuinely want to. It really just depends on their individual kits, but I definitely see where, like, example, this person is coming from, and I'm very much the same route. I don't have any of the skins. I'm not going to pay for something that's just a cosmetic aspect to a character I already own, instead of getting a brand new character to play with. And that's a separate issue I'm going to be making with power creep and how we can resolve that, and you know, all that other stuff. But I definitely see the flip side of this, where this person is coming from, in that people are upset that, well, wait a minute, like, you didn't really do honestly a whole lot. You just made them, and made at least Robin right here into a bikini, and then Aventurine right here is just like with a unbuttoned shirt and maybe swim shorts on and sandals. Like, it's not really a whole lot. Obviously, yes, it greatly depends on their individual kits, and that is the biggest aspect. As currently right now, the only real information we have with Robin is that she could or could not replace Castris on the Remembrance team, and Aventurine is going to be like on a Husbando team, or maybe on an Elation team. It's TBD on that. Yeah, like I get it in all of this. completely out of place, off-brand, unserious. I understand if they're not your taste, as everyone has different likes, dislikes, but how are summer outfits out of place in Astropolis, this summer resort? As for unserious, I'm just glad they're having fun. Smile. Okay, yeah. So this person is making a comment and state that, hey, you know, based off of the world that they're in, it's fine. But that's fine. Here we go. A long comment, and the first couple words I like. I kind of get mixed feelings. While I don't hate this approach, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit disappointed. We've been having season-themed SPs in Star Rail before, so it feels frankly odd to start following the model of games like Fate Grand Order, or I don't know what FEH stands for, especially when there's still anxiety over the story of the previous patch 4.4 is going to entail surrounding Himiko. If you don't know, like with Honkai Third Impact, Himiko dies. Like that Himiko version dies. The timing just feels off given how heavily 4.4 is setting itself to be, and it makes sense 4.5 just being a filler beach episode instead of progressing the story in any meaningful way, when arguably most patches from 2.x onward have advanced the story in one way or another. Yes, even the banana brain rot patch. Yeah, I hated that patch. 4.5 meanwhile feels like it harkens back to 1.x era of patches that give character moments that don't advance the story one bit. I also do kind of agree that they should have been summer themed skins rather than SPs. To play devil's advocate for a moment though, all throughout last year the sub was filled with complaints about how a slog Amphorius was and how they need to break it up. We get that with the Elation arc, and now people are bewildered as to why they're getting what seems like a beach filler episode in the middle of the story, with everything involving the Helix, a proper conclusion to Evanesia's entire deal, and the Phantasmoon games in general just being put on hold for 12 weeks as we screw around on a beach resort. You kind of have it both ways. There's a lot to unpack here, and honestly, I think Acheron Nihility right here, I don't know if you watch my videos, but that's freaking banger comment right there. A lot to break down. Yes, I don't think we're finishing Plan Arcadia's story in 4.4. I definitely think that it is going to be very akin to the 1.x patches and even some minor 2-point-something patches where we would get a small filler. I kind of think the banana brain rot was for the most part like a filler. Yeah, I had some world building with Primitive and the Galaxy Rangers, but I think it was like a break in between of everything else. Also very akin to when Huahua and Argenti came out. That's very much a break from the story patch, and I definitely think that is good for just the longevity of the game to have some filler patches. And I definitely think we are going to be going back to Plan Arcadia's story. We're going to be possibly getting the release of Nihilix and Pearl and subsequent patches after 4.5. And as he said, you know, should have been maybe some skins for a summer patch and maybe just reruns for characters. I get that as well. And I don't know. I'm torn personally. Like I really hope the kits are good. That's not me hoping that, hey, look, we got brand new characters. Oh, that's fine that they're not skins. I get it. You know, people are not going to be happy because, well, now, hey, look, there's more characters that we have to possibly spend money on to get, that we possibly could lose our 50/50s on, you know, so on and so forth. I get all of that conversation and topic 100%. But yeah, so next one right here, we can see here this entire patch, and these reveals give me the massive ick too. Releasing these as a separate standalone 5-star units instead of just optimal cosmetic skins is an incredible cheap move. I kind of agree with that as well. The designs themselves look completely uninspired. Aventurine is just wearing a basic unbuttoned resort t-shirt on a desk chair, and Robin looks like a standard idle swimsuit variant with some generic tropical leaves plastered on her. There was zero aesthetic depth or creative sci-fi twist to the outfits. Yes and no. Again, I feel really dumb saying that, like that's just transparency, but like it's just where they're going to be in. You can see right here, Astropolis, it's a beach resort. That's literally what it is. It's the entire universe that are at a beach resort planet. so they're dressed like that. Making players pull for a whole new unit, just use characters dressed for the beach is a seamless cash grab. That could be yes and true. If the kits are really bad, then yes, but if the kits are really damn good, then I can see the counter argument of like, no, they're actually really good, so it warrants spending money. Like you said, Planet Arcadia already feels sluggish and boring, and replacing actual lore-driven character progression with shallow sex sells fan service variants is just disappointing. Games should be fun and creative and not just lazy recycles for quick money. Counter argument to that, a lot of people want fan service in games. This is definitely fan service for all the guys who play, and then even men or women who play the game too. This is also fan service, and it does sell. Unfortunately, it is what it is for any gacha game, quite frankly, or any game at all. Fan service just sells. Whether they should have been skins or not, yes and no, but I'm thinking that the reasoning why we're going to have this little bit of a break is because they're really working on the story, what they want to progress towards with Planet Arcadia and the, you know, ultimate conclusion of Planet Arcadia moving forward. So community wise, I definitely see it's 50-50, and I can understand both points. I'm just torn. I need to see their kits. Himiko Nova is definitely going to be coming home, but after that, I'm unsure.